Hello, this is NBN's VIP magazine, VIP TV, brand new program called The Sports Show. And my name is Sidou Sane as the presenter. In today's edition, we have Edrisa Ndow, a football player playing history in the Senegalese league with a second division team called Kaw Major. Edrisa started playing here in the Gambia with young Africans, Hawks, and most notably, household name team in the Gambia called Real de Banjul before moving to Senegal to play for Jambour. He later returned to the Gambia and played for Walidan and went back to Senegal again and played in the second tier of Senegalese football. We will hear from him how and where he started his playing career and how was it difficult for him or easy for him to make it all the way to Senegal and also win the 2018 Chan Wafu tournament with the Gambia under 20. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Sane. Thank you very much.
Would you please introduce yourself, your name, and where you come from anyway in the Gambia?
Just as you said, I am Edrisa Ndow, football player, living in Banjul, currently playing at Kaw Major, second division in Senegal. Started here in the Gambia with Young Africans Football Club, from Young Africans to Hawks where I spent a season. From Hawks I proceeded to Real de Banjul where I played two seasons. The third season I had to move. To Jambour in Senegal. Yeah.
We're going to start with young Africans. We all know right now they are playing their fate in the second tier of Gambian football. But I mean, have you passed through the academy or schools tournament before going straight into the divisional league? Because it's not easy. I've heard many times with players saying the divisional is a very difficult league to play. But as for you, how did you make it to the divisional football in the Gambia?
I started in my school, Albion Lower Basic School. I played school tournament. From there, I was with an academy in Banjul, the former Gamtel coach, Solkor. From there, I moved to Crab Island School, where I also played school tournament. From there, I was at Gift Football Academy, which was then one of the best academies in the Gambia, where I had the chance to travel to Norway with other teammates, the likes of Hamza Bari, the likes of Kekuta Mane, the likes of Famara Jaju, the likes of Baka Sise. You will know all those people. So
sure.
I spent 3 years in Gifts Football Academy. From there, when we traveled to Norway and came back, I continued my schooling with Gambia High School. I also played school football at Gambia High School. From Gambia High School, I played Nawetan Zonals. As you know, that is the way it goes here in the Gambia.
The most fascinating football league in the Gambia, Super Nawetan Zonals.
Yeah, it is the most popular football in the Gambia. I played Zonals. I think I played Zonals for 3 years. From there, I went to Young Africans, where I spent a season. For next season, I went to Hawks. I spent another season. From Hawks, that is when I moved to Real de Banjul. I spent 2 seasons, and the third season I was supposed to be in Real de Banjul. That's when I went to Senegal to play for Jambour.
Your career, you keep moving from one level to the other, since in the second division, fourth division. But how was it for you to come from straight and play divisional football? How hard was it for you to adapt to the divisional football in the Gambia?
It is indeed a challenge. But then, as we all know, that's what keeps us going. Life is a challenge. We always have to face the challenge. And personally, ever since I have always had this belief which keeps me going, no negative energy. I have always known it's not going to be easy, because in life, nothing good comes easy. We always have to fight for everything. So it was difficult, especially in Young Africans. When I went there, I had to meet big, huge players, the likes of Grigori Sambu, the likes of Aliou Jame. He was another striker from Nema, and other good players, other strong players, the likes of Box, a very tall and strong goalkeeper. Abdoulaye Ba, Box, but he's playing no more, and other players. So I was very young then. It was indeed a challenge. I could remember my first game for young Africans. It was a game against GPA,
Gambia
then
Ports
Sports
Authority.
Authority. I can never forget that game. It was at Serekunda East when I had to play against the likes of Sehu Jallo and others. So because Sehu Jallo, I have watched him play for more than 5 to 6 years. I have been sitting on the fences watching him play. So to play a competitive game in the highest level of Gambian football against him was indeed something. But then fortunately that game I came in the second half, but then it was all good. I came, I played very well. Everybody appreciated my performance. Even the thing that was the most remarkable thing was when I went home, my aunt was like, "It is." Some people called me. They said, "You played extremely very well today."
Oh.
So I was proud of myself. Then I was like, "So, this is all about it." So that keeps me going because that game, it motivated me. But then the good thing about the game, we didn't lose, even though we didn't win. But then we didn't lose. We came. It was a 0-0 game. But then my performance was appreciated by everyone. And the coach was always praising me because I was too young. I was very small. So many people wouldn't think I wouldn't make it in such a game. But then, alhamdulillah, that is the force that keeps us going. Yeah.
Many would say, as a football player, with the size and the kind of players that you played, you said you are in the same team. How did you manage to have that starting path for your club, most especially in the highest level of Gambian football?
It was indeed difficult. It was indeed difficult because, as we all know, football is an ongoing process. You always have to keep going. You always have to fight. So I knew it was going to be a very tough fight. So I had to prepare myself because then I was going to school. So I had to balance myself between going to school and going for training. But then, alhamdulillah, it was like I had the talent. So it was never going to be very difficult. As long as you have the talent, I knew I was going to play against tough people, tall, strong, and all these things. I was so small. So, but then I knew that mental aspect would be key. So I have always engaged my mind. I was always playing with my mind. So that was how I was able to integrate myself into the league and started making name for myself gradually with Young Africans. The next season, Hawks came calling. Then I went to Hawks. It was the same thing, Hawks. But then luckily when I went to Hawks, I met the Papers. Paper, he's a very nice. He's a very nice man. He helped me settle in the team. I met the likes of Musa Baro, Ibrahim Akoli, Alfuseni Gassama, Zama, Matar Baji, and I met other good players there. So it was easy to play against my mates because they were also talented. So it was easier, much easier in Hawks than in Young Africans. So after a season, I had to move to Real de Banjul because moving to Real de Banjul was a difficult one. It was a difficult one because Real de Banjul was then and is still among the biggest clubs in the Gambia. All the talented players in the Gambia were there, so I knew it was going to be something else. But then I had a love for the club because I am from Banjul. Real de Banjul is a Banjulian team. I am from Lancaster. Real de Banjul is from Lancaster, and my stepdad was playing there, so it was something difficult to leave Hawks. But then I had the love for Real de Banjul. Then I went to Real de Banjul. It was nice because the assistant coach then, Major Sen, we were close. I have friends there, the likes of Jaboy. I knew Sekou Mansali, he was there. We knew each other from junior school days. I knew the likes of Alajiba, we were in the same academic gift, and Famara Jaju, we traveled together. So, and so many players, the likes of Jamano, we knew each other through in the field of play. So I knew that it was going to be another good platform for me, but then I knew it was going to be hard.
I mean, when you were with Hawks, with the kind of your playing style and your ability, the size, together with the skills that you possess, many would suggest that Hawks was a better team for you to play, to showcase your talents, than moving to Real de Banjul. Why do you decide to move to Real de Banjul, considering what many people want for you, that look, you are a tactical, skillful player, and Hawks is that kind of a club that every player want to play, to enjoy that kind of that type of footballing style, but you still move to Real de Banjul. Why do you decide to move to Real de Banjul?
Well, because I had so much love for Real de Banjul. I had so much love for Real de Banjul, and the assistant coach was close to me, Major Sen, and we always had a very lengthy discussion, and fruitful discussions for that matter. But then, I will tell you, Hawks is among the most organized teams, if not the most organized team in the Gambia. Because in Hawks you will learn a lot. Organization, discipline, everything. With Hawks, you will be at the peak, because everything is there. And the thing I love the most about Hawks is I'm a Banjulian. Hawks, we are training in Banjul. So during training, my friends will have the opportunity to come and see me in training. They will also have the opportunity to watch me during games, because Hawks, all our games were in Banjul, KG5. So it was nice at Hawks, but then I had so much love for Real de Banjul, and as I told you, I have so many friends in Real de Banjul as well. And the thing is, Real de Banjul has always been competing for the league. Every season, if they are not number one, they will be number two. They will always be competing, and I wanted that level to be competing against, to be competing for the league every season, to be fighting for the title every season. And the affection was key, love, yeah.
Love was, and also you are Banjulian and you want to play for your hometown. You live in Lancaster, and Real de Banjul too is a club that comes from Lancaster. Nonetheless, when 2 years later you played an FF Cup final against Hawks, and you happened to be defeated by your former club, that's Hawks, what was the feeling? Was it like, had I known, I would have not moved, or still? What was the feeling when you lost a cup final against your former team?
Indeed, it was difficult. Indeed, it was difficult, because it was a well-packed final. The stadium was filled of people. Everybody was watching. Everybody was watching. It was just, I don't know. Up to date, I don't know how we lost this game. I don't know. But then it was our game. We were leading by a goal to nil. They had a red card. We were completely in control of the game, because then we had two hot strikers. We had Torres, we had Drogba, Amar Joe. So it was always going to be easy to score goals. So, and that season, if I can fully remember, we beat Hawks twice
in the league.
We beat them home and away. Even the away game, they were leading us in the first 15 minutes, but then we had to beat them 3-1. So we were motivated by the scoreline, and when we went to the game, we were leading by a goal to nil. They had a red card, but then, as you know, football is this crazy game. I don't know how everything, I don't even know how everything turned the other way around. They equalized us, and they had to beat us on penalties. So everybody was crazy. It was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable game. But then I felt it, because definitely I wanted Real de Banjul to beat Hawks, because I was from Hawks. I wanted to beat my former club. I wanted to beat my mates. But then it was football. It was football, and that's the way it is. Sometimes in football, you don't have what you deserve. But then it is football. Yeah, it's football.
With Real de Banjul, many would have expected that now I am the pinnacle of Gambian club football, and I mean, losing a final against your former club would have motivated you to at least try to win a league or another cup go for a final and win another cup. But you decided to move to Njambur in the Senegalese league, which is another climate, another playing condition. Why do you decide to let go of Real de Banjul and move to Senegalese league with Njambur?
Definitely, I will have loved to stay in Real de Banjul for another season, because I really felt it for myself that I didn't win a title in Real de Banjul, because it has always been in my heart that I will have to achieve something in this club. But then that's life. Sometimes what you want and what happens is different, because destiny decides at the end of the day. The season I was leaving for Njambur, I even had a pre-season with Real de Banjul. We went to Ziguinchor. That's an annual tournament that usually happens there. We were there until semi-finals. We were knocked out by GPA. The same pre-season we went to St. Louis. We played another pre-season game there. The tournament, we won the tournament. We won the best player. We won the leading goal scorer. I had the opportunity to play against Njambur in Ziguinchor and in St. Louis. So when Njambur came calling, I had to go, because then Drogba Omar Job was in Njambur, then Yankuba Jaju Torres was in the Generation de Foot, then Dembo Dabo also moved to Njambur. So most of our players were moving. So I was like, then was the season, Nesta and Aruna also moved to Liberia. So most of the players were moving. So when Njambur came calling, really had to come to me. He spoke to me, and after talking to me, the coach also spoke to me, because I had a very good relationship with Coach Major. So after talking to Major, I had to move. Gambia, our league, you can count the number of spectators that are usually there. But then in Senegal, it's different, because, example, in Njambur is a regional team in Louga. It is the only club in Louga. So they have their own fan base. They call them the community supporter in Njambur. So the fan base is so huge. So every home game, you are going to expect hundreds of people at the stadium. So you should always be prepared. It was difficult because tactical aspect, they are more tactical than us. These Senegalese, especially the Francophone countries, are more tactical than us. So it was always going to be difficult. But then I had Omar Job there, I had Dembo there. They helped me a lot to settle into the club. They helped me a lot. With them, I took their advice. So, and I knew that not much will be given to me, because much chances will be given to me, because it's a team, it's a professional team. Each position, you will have 3 players competing for that position. You will know every game, it's your last chance. Every game is your last chance. So you have to kill yourself for that position, because you cannot be in a foreign land and then be watching other people play every day. So you knew it. It's a challenge. It was a huge challenge. So my first chance was, I could remember my first game was an away game. We had to play against Mour Patikor, a well-renowned team for that matter, a very tough team. So I knew it was going to be difficult, but then we started the game. They were leading us by 1-0. So that game, I had to give 3 assists. So we ended up winning the game by 5-1.
Oh.
Drogba scored 2 goals. Dembo Dabo scored 2 goals. Another Gambian by the name Ibu Koli, he is currently playing with the Senegalese national under-20 team. Ibu Koli.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also scored. So
so it was like all Gambian affairs. The assist, the goals were all Gambians.
It was all Gambian affairs. So everybody was praising us. So they made life simple for me. It was easy to settle in the team, and it was all good, because when I went there, the coach I met there, he is Senegalese, but he speaks English, because he's been in Norway for so long, and he is currently the assistant coach of the under-17, Malik Job. He's the son of a former Senegalese player by the name Yatma Diop.
Yeah, okay.
So Malik Diop, he is a very tactical coach. Or how I should meet him. He's a very good person, very humble person. He helped me a lot. He helped me a lot, him especially.
I mean, with the fans knowing that you are not used to playing that kind of live crowd, but going to Senegal and facing that kind of crowd, does that put extra pressure for you?
As I told you, this has always been my slogan, no negative energy. In every situation, I love to take positives. I knew it was not going to be easy because I'm not used to those fans, I'm not used to those things, but then I know in the positive side, it was going to motivate you. In the negative side, it was going to motivate you. What I want to say is, in the negative aspect, you will know the same people that are cheering you can be the same people to bring you down. In the positive side, you will know these people, they got my back. So I just have to keep pushing. Any nice action you do is a plus for you, because any nice action you do, everybody will be behind you, they will be cheering your name. It makes it even livelier. You even have the extra courage to do what you want to do. Yeah.
And with Senegal, the first year exactly in Senegal, 2018, you happened to win under 20 Wafu with the Gambia national team. Do you feel in any way that this was exactly the right move for me in my career? Going out, representing a different league, playing in a different league, and now come back to represent your country at a major tournament within Africa here and winning the league?
The first thing that happened to me was when I went to Senegal. The coach that took me there, Malik Diop, after my first game, he had to resign from the club. And I was so used to him. I used to have a lot of discussion with him. So it played something in my mind. But then when I had this under 20 selection, he called me. He first sent me a text message that he saw in the social media that I have under 20 selection. I'm going to represent my country in Wafu. So he was so happy that to tell everybody that he brought me to Senegal. He motivated me. He was like, I knew you can make it to the highest level, and this is the least that can happen to you, Edie. His words, the words he told me, reported in my mind every day. Every day, his words are in my mind. So when I went to the competition, I knew this is the highest level of football, to represent your national colors. And when I came to the Gambia, I went to the hotel. The most of the people who were in the squad, people I already knew. These are people I have already played with. I have had live fish there. I have had Mama Sarmia there. I have had Paus there. So many people.
The likes of Alif Senu.
All of them. I can say about 95% of the squad, I already knew them. Only one or two I haven't met, and the guys that I haven't met and that I met for the first time were so nice. They were so nice, so we had a very nice group together. Even the coach has this belief, Matar Much. He's one nice person. He is one nice person. He is able to keep us all together, put us all together. That was one good thing about what he did. He was able to put us all together as a family. We were like a family. So we were always dancing together. We were always together, doing everything together. So it was easy when we went to the competition, because when I came, I understood that they played about 8 test games without a loss. When I came, I played extra 2 games. We won also those games. So it was nice. I knew we were at the right direction. So when we went to the competition, at the start it was difficult, but then because we had to play Senegal, a very tough game. We had to play Guinea-Conakry, a very tough game. So both we drew both games, so we had to play against Mali in our 3rd game. Mali were leading because they won their 2 games. So we had to beat Mali to proceed to the semi-finals. When we went to the semi-finals, we had to play against another difficult side, Ivory Coast, which is a game I can't forget. it was one game. Yeah, that was a game. So luckily, we won the game on penalties. So we proceeded to the final. We had to play against Liberia, the host nation, of course. And before the final, we were invited in the State House by their president, George Weah, where we had the opportunity to sit with him and had
former Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah, had lunch with him, and he was like, he admired our team. So it was extra motivation for us. So when we won the final, everything was good, because the thing was, the coach Matar had this belief that we can win it. Yeah, because he had this belief, and Matar also is another tactical coach. He is very, very offensive. The first thing he will tell us was, go and ask them questions if they have answers to your questions.
So what does that mean? Go and ask them questions and see whether they have answers for you. What does that simply means?
It's a football language.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an offensive language. He will tell us, we don't need to sit back. We have to ask them. We have to play. We have to push them to the limit and see if they can stop us. In the first 15 minutes, then we would know the type of team they are. If we push, if they can resist us, you will know they are good. If they cannot resist us, then it means that we also have to sit and listen to them as well. But then, anytime we ask questions, they don't have answers to our questions. So we keep pushing up to the final. I think in the final, we scored our first goal in the first 4 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had to silence the stadium. So the game kept going. They had to equalize in the second half, and then we scored again in the second half as well to be crowned champions. And it was an honor. Definitely, it was an honor.
After that success with the WAFO under 20 and the following season, 2018-2019, instead of many people would have expected you to go higher from Jambu to a different and more advanced league, you decided to come back to the Gambia with a different club, this time around Walidan, making it 4 clubs you've played for in the Gambia. Why the U-turn when everybody expected Ndow to go further instead of coming back to the Gambia and play for Walidan?
Definitely, that's a difficult one. It was indeed a difficult one because from Jambu, I had so many positive offers, like to sign for Giraffe, one of the best and the most successful clubs in Senegal. I had the opportunity as well to go to Morocco. I had another offer from a club in Germany. But then, as we all know, this is the footballing world. It's full of ups and downs. So from there, I had to go to Giraffe because most of the things couldn't materialize. Morocco, the problem was the visa. The club in Germany, due to some issues that some untold issues anyway. So I had to go to Giraffe. So being in Giraffe, I was in the preseason with Giraffe here for 1 month. In Senegal, we started our test games in Senegal because then Giraffe we are supposed to go for African Championship. We played the Coupe Assemblée. It's a cup, like a Cup Winners' Cup. The winner of the 4th division, the 2nd division, the FA Cup, and the Coupe de Senegal. So we played everything. So until the league was supposed to start, then I had issues about paper issues. It was so frustrating. I had to spend 3 months in Senegal training with the team. I couldn't play. It was one stressful one, you see. So, but then the good thing was the club were fair enough. They had to compensate me, and I was pleased with them, with that gesture from them. I was so pleased. So I had to come back to Gambia. When I came back to Gambia, it's not really Banjul for a reason. So I didn't wanted to play at all. I came back to Gambia to have a rest until In the second round, I go and play. I go back in Senegal. Then I will have to settle issues that brought me back. But then, when I came to Gambia, the president of Walidan, Aliou Cisse, he's a very nice guy. I never knew him, but he knew me. He came to my house. We had a chat. He came with a friend of mine, and somebody who was once in Young Africans, Lamin Kebe. He was among the coaches in Young Africans. I had a good relationship with him as well. So he came, we had a good chat. So I told him that I will only be training with your team. So I was training and training. It was few games before the end of the first round. So during the second round, my papers were still not intact. So I decided to play in Walidan for the remainder of the season. That is how I get to play with Walidan. But then he was a very nice person from Walidan. So my coach, the coach that took me to Senegal, Malik Job, he's the same coach that went to this team, Kermajor. And Kermajor is a team with a very big project. And the coach called me and we discussed at length about the project of the team. And but then the last thing he told me about it was, but Kermajor is in second division. I was like, wow. And he told me that they were going to sign 18 players from other first division teams. So, which all happened. Currently, as I'm talking to you, Kermajor, we have 18 players that are from other first division teams in Senegal. So the rest, the rest of the 7 players are from the youth team, all these things. So it was nice. So I decided to go to the second division because of Malik, because we had a very good relationship. 1, 2, Malik is somebody, he is very humble, he is very sincere, and most importantly, he taught me a lot about tactics, which during my playing days in Gambia, I struggled a lot about tactic. So it is how I am with Kermajor, and it's been going good, though it's not, it's so far so good. It's not what we expected. So, but then we still keep going.
We are running out of time, but finally we have to take these last questions that we have here. What, who motivated you, or who is your role model while you are playing football? I mean, everybody has who he thought of before he plays the game or want to be like tomorrow in his playing career.
When I started playing, I loved Zinedine Zidane a lot. But then it went to a stage that I saw Samir Nasri. I fell in love with Samir Nasri because I see so many similarities between him and I. So I fell in love with Samir Nasri. But then here in the Gambia, I have always loved Karampo. Karampo, he was one genius playing in Hawks. So many people know him. And Tiyan Jaite, because Tiyan Jaite, I am friends with his brother Yusuf Njai. We are best of friends since childhood days. We stayed in Banjul. I have always been around them. So, and when we went to Norway, also Tijan came there. He visited us. I saw his achievements and his dedication of the game. So, I loved him a lot. Tijan, he's someone I have always admired. Yeah.
All right, Tiyan Jaite, Zinedine Zidane, Samir Nasri were some of the players that motivated Edrisa Ndow to continue playing football. Finally, Idi, before we take a leave of the studio, what do you have to say from football or any other aspect of your sporting games?
Well, I know it's a bit difficult in the Gambia because we still not there where we want to be. But then, as it is said in French, ça va aller, ça va arrive. Everything starts from somewhere. We just have to believe and trust the progress. Le travail continue. We just have to trust the progress. We keep it going. We have to keep fighting. Someday we will be there, though it's not easy. Especially looking at the way football is going here. It's just not easy. But then inshallah, especially if we have to qualify for this AFCON, inshallah, so many changes will happen. So many changes will happen. We just have to keep it going. We just keep it going, and we keep each other together. We keep each other together. Motivate players, help the players. Inshallah, everything will be okay, because potential, we have the potentials. Especially if you represent your country to play against other countries, you will know the type of players we have. Especially if you leave Gambia to go and play in another country, you will see what we have. We see every day. Look at Musa Barrow in Italy. Look at Yusuf Njai in Portugal. Look at Hamza Barry. Look at other players here and there. Look at Steve Tarawale and other players. Look at Sox in Senegal. Look at myself in Senegal. Look at Matar Cisse. Look at Bunsane in Senegal. So it tells you the potential. If we go to Senegal, they believe in us. They believe in our potential. If we go to Europe, the same thing. So it means we have something. But then we just have to nurture it. We just have to keep pushing. It will come, inshallah. It will come.
It will come, inshallah, are the exact words of Edrisa Ndow. Idi, thank you for honoring our call and coming to the studio of St. Pien's VIP magazine, VIP TV. This is sports show. My name is Sidou Sane. This and many more will come in our subsequent edition. This is the second edition. First, we got an interview with the head coach of City Girls FC team in the Gambia Football Federation Women's Division 1. And this time around with Ndow, who is played in Count Major in Senegal in the second division. Thank you for coming, Idi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sane. Thank you. The pleasure is all mine.
It's Corona. I cannot take your hand, but I can give you an elbow. Thank you for coming. And special thanks to Babkar, our camera and producer, and the management of St. Pien's VIP TV. It's an honor and privilege to work with you. Bye-bye.